The file you are about to hear has been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted.
Notice from the Foundation Department of Miscommunications. The following file contains a vital info hazard. All numerical information is believed to be untrue, and proper documentation, in order to bypass SCP-001's anomalous effect, is under review. SCP-001 is the first priority of every Miscommunication Department member.
Level 1, 001 Classified. Item Number SCP-001. Object Class Semel. Special Containment Procedures. To this end, SCP-001 is kept at Site 1 in Humanoid Containment Chamber A-001 and is not permitted to interact with personnel unless they are directly involved in its research and containment. The entity's documented file will not be uploaded into the SCP-001 slot due to obvious reasons. Description: SCP-001 is a 1-year-old human with memetic, infohazardous, bureaucratohazardous, and semiohazardous anomalous properties. The entity affects any qualifier given to itself, so that it becomes the first of said qualification, if applicable. The entity's effect seems to expand over time, affecting various qualifications of itself, physical concepts, and abstract concepts surrounding it. The entity's effects are as follows. Each tier describes an expansion of the entity's effect by time. Tier 1. The actual name or designation of the entity cannot be properly attributed due to these designations not being first of its descriptive qualification. The previous SCP number attributed to the entity has been lost and replaced by the number 1, as it is the first of the numeral system. The previous name of the entity has been lost, and it can only be referred to as Primus the First. Tier 1. Anything posted online by the entity will always result in a new record being achieved by it. After posting a picture of itself eating Burger King's new Double Bacon Whopper on Instagram, it became the first post to obtain 1 trillion likes on any social media platform, despite Instagram not having more than 1 billion created accounts. The post was removed and the entity was contained at Site 01. Tier 1. Every contest or game the entity participates in will always result in the entity winning. After playing several games with professional chess players while in containment, the entity was undefeated. The entity claims to have never learned how to play chess and that it just moved pieces around at random during the games. Tier 1. Any kind of job the entity is affiliated with will forcefully put it in the higher title level. During containment, despite only working as a janitor, an email was received on the entity's personal inbox announcing that the entity is the new owner of the multinational fast food restaurant chain Burger King. Tier 1. Documented ranking will result in the entity at the top, even if said ranking should not apply to the entity. Actual ranking by various reports resulted in the entity being the most influential people in the world, the most wanted fugitive, the richest, the best sports player in every category, the most used toothpaste, the most popular museum, the most peaceful country in the world, etc. Tier 1. Expansion of the 2 previous tiers. Due to the current elections this year, the entity is the Prime Minister of Canada, the President of India, and the Mayor of various locations throughout the world. Tier 1. By Foundation records, the entity is the human to survive the most stabbings, gunshots, asphyxiation, lethal injection doses, and many more. Decommissioning protocol failed. Further attempts are pending. Tier 1. The entity has developed a retroactive antimemetic effect, which erases previous memories of a living being if said subject has met, read, or heard documentation concerning the entity for more than one time. This is not the first time you've reviewed this file. Tier 1. History seems to bend so that the entity becomes the first finding and being of most historical past. Despite being 1 year old, the entity is the first human being ever born, the first anomaly ever contained by the Foundation, the discoverer of electricity, literature, and the wheel. Tier 1. At the time of writing, the entity's anomalous effect is believed to induce an FK class end-of-meaning scenario in less than 1 week due to its anomalous effect, slowly removing at least 1 QL per day from all baseline reality.
Overseer Council, Resolution 001.1.
Proposal: cease all further documentation and attempts to decommission SCP-001. 051.
Against 12. 4. 1. Verdict: approved. Due to 05-1 being the first Foundation member with an actual choice, the motion passes. Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, join my Discord community, hire me on Fiverr, or help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. The links are in the description. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their link's in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work, and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.